Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Bournemouth 2, Man City 1 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and remember, it's Movember, so check on your bros. And yeah, let's jump into the match reaction. So look, Bournemouth 2, Man City 1. Let's get out of the way straight away. Bournemouth deserved the win. I think Bournemouth should have won by about 5 or 6 goals. We were fucking atrocious from start to finish. Yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, I could end the match reaction there, but look, let's jump into it. Who's our best player? Edison. Edison in goal. When Edison is your best player and you still get beat, you know your team's fucked. So Edison was our best player. In defense, Walker coming back into the team from injury. Akanji coming back into the team from injury. And then you had Vardy on the left. And you had... Who the hell was alongside Akanji? I have no idea. I do not remember. Whatever. Who cares? Oh, it was Ake. It was Ake in Vardy, wasn't it? As well. So Ake coming... So we had... Akanji coming back from injury, Walker coming back from injury, and Ake coming back from injury. So we had 3 of our 4 defenders were coming back from injury. Then we had Kovacic in midfield with Foden, who's still not much fit from injury. Gundogan in there with Bernardo, and we had Nunes and Haaland. And that was the team. And I got to be honest, painful watch. In the first 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, Bournemouth should have scored 3, 4. You know, like I said, Edison kept us in it. I know we were 1-0 down when they took the lead, but by then we should have been 2 goals down already anyway, because Edison pulled off some great saves. But the number of times they got 1-on-1 with us was absolutely unbelievable. They got the second goal as well in the second half. That absolutely killed it. We got a goal in the 80th minute through Vardy. Great header, great cross by Gundogan, great header by Vardy, but by then it was too late. We huffed and puffed at the end, but we got no energy, ran out of steam. 2-1 it finished, first defeat in the league this year. But look, let's break it down. How did this game play out? Well, we were terrible, but how were we terrible? I've just pointed out we had 3 of our 4 defenders coming back from injury. They didn't look match fit at all. In fact, the entire team did not look match fit. Let's just throw that out there as well, because halfway through that first half, we looked dead. Everyone looked absolutely done for energy. None of them could run anymore. So Pep's got to sort things out. He's got to do it. And the way our defense, we've got to stop conceding goals early on in games, especially away from home. We've got to stop conceding goals. It is the fact we're not keeping clean sheets is where we're losing the game. It's obvious to say you keep a clean sheet, you don't lose. But conceding goals so early in games, we just can't keep coming back from that. And again, this was one step too far. And if you look at it as well, we kind of didn't come into life until that second goal went in, and that's been a theme of our season as well. We don't come to life until they've taken the lead or they've gone in front. It's like we're giving them a head start, and then we start playing, which is what we did in this game. It's what we did against Brentford. We got away with it. Because Brentford should have been 3 or 4 goals up before we even got back in that game, because they smashed us in the first half an hour. You know, if you look at the Newcastle game as well, we were lucky to come out of that with a draw, because they were battering on the door. I mean, I'm sure there's numerous things in my head right now. Southampton, they had chances against us last weekend. We got to do better defensively. All of us have to do better. I know the defense is a makeshift one. The defense is constantly changing because there's constantly new injuries, people coming back, people not quite much fit. But for the love of God, like whoever's on there, they don't seem to know what they're doing. It's like they've never played together before, because the number of times Bournemouth stole the ball off us on the halfway line or something like that, or just inside their own half, and broke. And then they had 3-on-1 so many times, you know. And that's why I say Edison's our best player today, because he saved us. And it didn't even change in the second half as well, because we had all the possession, but because we're pushing up with it, and because we're so dead, because we're not much fit, because we got so many injuries and niggles throughout the team, Bournemouth were just nicking it off us. And again, we're just using up all that energy they've got to hit us and hit us 4-on-1. And it's a thing that keeps happening to us time and time again. And I'm looking at that Bournemouth game. I'm seeing things like the corners they're putting into our 6-yard box to like land on Edison like Arsenal did to us, because teams have learned that's where we're vulnerable. Teams just hitting us counter-attack, just throwing a number of bodies at us, because they know eventually it's going to connect, because you just can't get going 3 or 4-on-1 time and time again and not score. And that's the thing that I'm seeing a lot more with teams against that. Teams have always counted on us, but not like they have done this season. They see that weakness as our defense, and that's what they're targeting. They're targeting that high line, the fact we're not much fit, the fact that we're all slow as hell, and they just hit us with it. What else? Nunes on the left-hand side. And this is one of the things that goes back to pre-season when I heard it all the time, like on TalkSport and places like that. Where does Grealish fit in this team? Grealish isn't good enough for City anymore. Can't get in the England team. He's not good enough for City. Fucking tell you what, I wish I had Grealish on that game because Nunes is fucking dog shit. I said it I couldn't stand him last week at Southampton, and I've been trying to defend him because he doesn't get a lot of game time. He doesn't start many games, but when he does start, he's fucking abysmal. And if you look at that Southampton game last week, oh man, that second half, he kept taking his eye off the ball, letting it run under his foot, going out of play. In this game as well, he doesn't take on his man. He doesn't do anything. His crosses are shit. He doesn't really do anything. And he narrows the pitch. So our first shot on target came in the 81st minute. And a large part of that is because whenever we were attacking, which was fucking rare in this match, whenever we attacked, when we get the ball, Nunes does, instead of staying on the wide like Doku or Sabinho or Grealish, because Grealish is fantastic at staying on the line, that's where Pep wants him. Nunes does this. So this is Haaland. This is Nunes. Nunes goes, wee. Because he gets attracted to the box because he wants to score the goal. He wants to be running off, like pointing at his name or something on his back. So he just narrows the pitch for everyone. And that allowed Bournemouth to defend narrowly. And it helps other teams defend narrowly because they know we're going to try and play Haaland in at some point. And if he's the target man, they've already got 2 or 3 players defending him. When Nunes comes in, there's less space. So we're not doing anything. And he's the one supposed to be creating the chances, not finishing the fucking things. So that didn't help us either today. I fucking get him off the team. I can't stand Nunes at the moment. And I've been trying to defend him, but he's shit. Yeah. Our 2 best players, let's put it this way. I've said it a few times this season already. Our 2 best players are Vardy, not just because he scored today, but Vardy has been fantastic defensively and going forward. Or Kovacic as well, because Kovacic does all that work in midfield and he's picking up the slack because, again, no one was working with him in this first half. I saw him a couple of times in the first half do this when he's got a ball at his feet and he does this because there's fucking no one with him. No one's making a move. No one wants the ball. No one's asking for it. And yeah, it's just one of those things at the moment there. We're just sinking. It's 2 losses in a row. I'm looking forward. But in Lisbon, we're not winning that game. I'm looking at Brighton away. We're not winning that game. Where the fuck is our next win coming from? Because unless everyone's match fit after the international break, which seems very unlikely, because people like De Bruyne's on the bench today and he's not even match fit. He's not even ready to play. Pep had no interest in playing him, but he's on the bloody bench for some reason. And it's just related throughout the squad. And part of that narrative is the fact that not everyone for the last couple of years, but he's going, City have such a big squad. They got like 5 right backs. Pep buys right backs for fun. He spends £100 million a year on right backs. He's always the fucking right back. We've got 1 right back, and that's Walker. I mean, you could argue Lewis is a right back, but he barely plays there for us. And we haven't got this huge squad. We've got a very small squad that we've let players like Delap go and Palmer go and things like that. Players that would fit in this team now when we need them. We haven't got a huge squad, and all the injuries have just hit us like a train. But the team's just depleted. And if the players are not match fit, which is what it looked like today against Bournemouth, it looked like 6 or 7 of them players were match fit. Let's go through them. Ake, not match fit. Akanji, not match fit. Walker, not match fit. Foden, not match fit. Who else was on there? Oh, bloody hell, there's probably another one. But anyway, they were definitely not match fit, them players. And you could see it because they're just knackered. It didn't even look like Haaland was match fit, to be honest with you. Like he blew out all his energy in the first half as well. So yeah, disaster zone. It's a problem, and it's something we're going to have to work with. And I know people are not going to feel sorry for us, and I don't feel sorry for us really, because this is something that we should have addressed previous windows, and we just got away with not getting many injuries. We've had big injuries like on De Bruyne and Haaland last season, but we've not had this many injuries all at once, and it's costing us. It's absolutely costing. This was a chance to put points on the board, get further away from Arsenal, and we blew it. We absolutely blew it. And again, I'm looking forward. I can't see where the next win comes from. I can't see where the next win comes from. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. Dog shit at defending. I can't see us scoring. We don't seem to create anything. I know we scored today, and we do generally score every game, but you just watch it, and it's painful. It's just painful watching like the same crap every time. Yeah, something's got to give. Pepper's got to sort it out. And I don't know the answer is get everyone fit and don't let anyone go on international breaks. Just cancel it. Just cancel the international break. Just have the 2 weeks off. Just relax at home. That's what I'd be saying to the players. But we got problems. What else is there to talk about in this game? I mean, like I said, Bournemouth deserved to win. Bournemouth deserved that win. Bournemouth should have been 4-5-6-0 up before we even scored. Before we had our first shot on target in the 80th minute, they should have been 5 or 6-0 up. Wow, what a bad game this was. Southampton was bad. Tottenham was bad. This was bad. When's it getting better? When's it getting better? I have no idea. Well, anyway, I'm going to go because I don't want to think about this game anymore. Like I said, it's Movember. So don't let City ruin your mental health. Check on your bros. Hit like and subscribe on this video. Definitely hit like. That's a start. And yeah, someone give me a positive in this game. Any positive. Any whatsoever. Because all I can see is just the negatives, as you can probably tell. Conceding too many goals, conceding too early, giving too much to do in the second half. No one's match fit. Wow. And we're just going into the November-December period, the most intense period of the English football season, and we've got issues everywhere. We've got absolutely, well, we've got issues. Thanks very much for watching. Hit like, check on your bros. Bye bye.